Hey, and welcome back to Jessie B's Journey. That's me. That's really weird that I just did that. So today we are talking about my no spend challenge. I share a lot more over on Instagram, a lot more frequently. So if you're not following me over there, check me out. I share lots on there every day on my stories. So if you want the real-time updates, that's where you should be hanging out. Into it. So I went into April with the mission and the goal of having a no spend April. And what that looked like for me was, so each week my husband and I get an allotted amount of spending money. It's $80 a week, which ends up to be about $320 a month each, that for us we can spend on whatever we want, coffee, whatever it is that we want to spend that fun money on, right? And so this month my goal was to save all $320. And unfortunately, that didn't happen, and it's only the first week into April. So I'm a little bit embarrassed to share that with you, but it's real life. And sometimes we don't, make our goals 100%. And so I'm looking on to week 2 of April with a fresh mindset, and I'm not going to just quit, right? I'm going to keep going. So I'm going to share quickly why I wanted to do a no spend challenge this month was because I, for the last couple months, had been getting my $80. And by the time I got my $80, the next day it was pretty much spent. And then I would usually, actually 100% of the time, ask my husband for more money. Just because he does the finances, I give it to him, he deals with it. It works good for us. I was finding myself being like, hey, I need an extra 20 here, an extra 40 there because of X, Y, and Z. It just felt like I was constantly spending more money. And our goal right now, we are in baby step 3 as it pertains to Dave Ramsey's baby steps. If you don't know who Dave Ramsey is, go check him out. We have gotten to be debt-free through his principles and teachings, and we are so grateful for everything he has done for us and our family. Baby step 3, and what that means is we are building 3 to 6 months worth of expenses in a savings fund. So it's a grandma's rainy day fund. It's a cash account where if an emergency pops up, we're able to pull that money out right away and not go into debt for an emergency, right? Which is what a lot of people use credit cards for. We personally do not own any credit cards. So that emergency fund is really important to us. So back to why I wanted to do a no spend challenge. I wanted to get back to my, who I am and get back more to the values and principles that I want to live my life by. And this whole first week has reminded me of minimalism is super important to me. And, really for the things that I already have. And I found myself just wanting more and more and more and being more of that consumeristic mindset. And so I really wanted to pause all my spending, take a step back, look at what I was spending my money on, and just really reevaluate where I am and what my values are and what I want to spend my money on, right? Instead of just frivolous spending all the time. Another reason why I wanted to do a no spend challenge, to save up that money for things that I really wanted, like a pair of shoes, or it is important to me to buy from small businesses or to buy ethically sourced materials or to buy from, it is important to me to spend my money in places where it directly impacts the families that I live around in my community, right? I want to make that impact instead of, buying something from a big box name store, right? Sometimes all of these things cost a little bit more because of, they're not mass produced. So it's the time and the love that I am willing to pay for. And I wanted to really get back to the root of that. And on to how I did not meet my goal this first week. Stuff just pops up immediately. You guys know, when you immediately try to start a diet or try to save money or whatever, I swear Murphy's Law always persists and wins, and something comes up, right? Either a birthday party comes up and there's cake, or there's a bachelorette party and now you're having a couple drinks. It's how we react to those things in the moment. So for me, this week, I have a podcast with another girl named Jess on there. If you haven't listened to us, go check it out. So we have this podcast hosting site, right? And we have been doing everything for free up until this point. We go to post a podcast last week and Jess is texting me and she's like, so here's the deal. We used up all of our free space and now we have to actually pay to use their service. So, to me, I did not want to spend money on that right now, but also we had a goal. So, if it were me even a week ago, I wouldn't have even had the $60 fund money to give to her and to buy this. Oh, that's businessy and that's not really fun money. But it is something that I use my fund money for. I also forgot to plan out money for our girls' night that we had last. Nothing Bundt cakes, which if you have not tried those out, they're freaking awesome. Okay, so what am I going to plan for this week to be successful? I have a beauty counter meeting tomorrow, which is Monday for me. And that is $15 to get in the door. So I forgot about that as well. So that is going to be coming out of my fund money. And a very much of a humbling experience. So we're not all perfect, right? But I'm not going to stop first week and just say screw the rest of the month. I am going to try my best to keep going and not spend the rest of the month after tomorrow. So I'm constantly purging things. And so I recently, this morning, went through my closet and got rid of a bunch of clothes, some jewelry and a duffel bag. I'm looking at it down here. And I put those on Facebook Marketplace to hopefully recoup some of the cash that I have spent. So I'm going to try to still end the month with $320 saved by the end. So that is my goal. But yeah, I'm going to keep going forward. And I don't see this as a fail. I see it more as of a learning experience. And but it's so true, right? Stuff is always coming up. Oh, quickly, I wanted to share why I'm doing a video instead of a newsletter this morning. And I was going to type all this up for you guys so you could just read it when you had a chance. And it was me. You've used all your free space with us. Now you need to buy our membership if you want to send another newsletter, which is $70 or $89, somewhere in there for the year subscription, which isn't bad, but I don't have that money. So I had to recalculate and change up how I was going to do it and how I was going to deliver this content. YouTube right now is free to me because I still use an app that, if you see down here in the corner, it's the little watermark app. I haven't bought the full version of this video maker as of yet, but it's free. I'm getting content out there and I just, you just got to start somewhere, right? It's not perfect. It's messy, but we learn as we go. So those are the things that I have learned. And I want to hear if you're doing this no spend challenge or if you've done a no spend challenge before in the past. Have you had stuff like this come up? And if so, how did you and get back on track and stay positive and not give up? I want to hear down in the comments. Let's chat about this no spend challenge and how living in especially the US, there's constantly chances to spend money and constantly things coming at us that want our money. So I'd love to hear from you in the comments. And until next week, I will share week 2 and let's see if I can save my $80. All right, guys, we'll talk to you later.